Hey guys, it's Kylie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I had a really fun time trying out some TikTok makeup hacks. If you guys come across any that look promising, please feel free to send them my way and make sure you're subscribed in case I do any more videos like this so you won't miss out on them. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so for the first TikTok hack I'm gonna try out the soap brows. I don't know if this necessarily started out on TikTok, but there are a lot of videos showing it on TikTok. So what you're supposed to be able to do is get some soap wet and run your spoolie through it and then just kind of comb through your eyebrow hairs and kind of like stick them up, and they're supposed to be nice and fluffy. So I have some water here. I'm gonna spray my soap. We're gonna try it. I'm just using an old spoolie from a ColourPop brow pencil. Maybe we need more water. Not really sure how much is supposed to be on here. Let's go for it, I guess. Gonna kind of comb them down this way. Oh man. Okay, I think that's one brow. And then I'll fill them in. This gives you the very kind of bushy brow look, which I don't normally go for, but you know, it's good to try things new sometimes. Everyone said to use more soap than you think you need. My brows feel sticky, that's for sure. My brows, maybe it would have been good to trim them first. We're just gonna embrace it. We're gonna go full fluffy brow. Try something new today. Okay, those feel very locked in place. I am going to take a makeup wipe just to wipe off any excess soap around my skin. I feel very stuck in place, that's for sure. Alright, what do I want to use to fill in my brows? I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Pomade. We'll try to fill in a little bit with this, more towards my arches because that's where I'm the most sparse. I don't know how I'm supposed to be able to comb through them now though, since they're like cemented to my face. My brows look huge. I'm using a really light hand with the product. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay Brow Blade and just use the little ink stain side. It's like a little felt tip, and I'm gonna try to give myself a few more little hairs. Man, I don't think I've ever seen my brows this large before. It's hard to kind of blend the product in after you've put it down. So this is probably better for people who already have really like dark brows. Oh man, they're just so big. I don't know if this is for me. I feel so cemented. All right, I think I'm gonna leave that. I don't know what else I can do here. I feel like I'm not able to shape them as well as I normally would. My brows aren't the same, and so I kind of rely on being able to even them out, but since I can't go in with as much product, it's a little bit harder to do that. Maybe for me, I just need to use less soap. I just feel like I look kind of crazy right now. Okay, let's try the next one. This next one that I'm gonna try is putting powder on before your foundation, and a lot of people said to do moisturizer, powder, and then put on primer and foundation after that, like normal. But I found another person who explained how it's important to put your primer on before you put the powder on, because the primer is a barrier between the makeup and your skin, and so it protects your skin, and that made a lot more sense to me, so that's what I'm gonna do. I am going to first prime my face with the Pretty Fresh primer from ColourPop, and I already moisturized my skin this morning. And then I'm just gonna use a little bit of the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer just around my pore area, where my pores are bigger. And now for exciting part, I am going to take some of the Coty Airspun Translucent Setting Powder and I guess just lightly set all of those products in place. And this is supposed to make your makeup last all day. I'm a little bit worried because I do have drier skin, and so this might make me look a little bit cakey, I don't know. Now I'm going to use the Milani Make It Last setting spray, give my face a good misting of that. And she said to make sure it dries all the way before you put your foundation on. Now I'm just gonna apply my foundation like normal. I am using the Wet n Wild Dewy Photo Focus Foundation. I have been loving this foundation. If you want to see my first impressions on it, I'll link that video in the cards above. I did a whole wear test and everything on it. Alright, I don't think I like this trick. I feel like setting my primer in place with the powder kind of took away any moisturizing factors that it had, and I think it's the same with my moisturizer. I really rely on my moisturizer to help my makeup sink into my skin, and so setting it with the powder just mattified all of that and took away any of that glow. I think if you have oily skin, this might be a better hack for you, but my skin, I mean, my brows are also kind of cemented to my face, but my skin feels kind of stiff, not necessarily to the touch, but looking at it, I feel like it might be sinking into my lines a little bit more. I don't know, we'll see how I feel when I'm done with my makeup. I'm gonna put on concealer and everything now. And I'm just using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer. Okay, now I'm just gonna set that concealer in place with the Coty Airspun powder again. First making sure that any creases are patted out. So I just finished off kind of the regular bronzer blush highlight, and I want to give you guys kind of a close-up of what my skin is looking like. You can see it looks kind of crusty between my brows, and then you can see my pores a lot more in my T-zone around my nose. And this foundation usually does a pretty good job at hiding that. And the biggest thing that I noticed is that my skin does not have that nice juicy look that it usually has when I use this foundation. It just kind of sucked all of the life out of my face, and I feel very dry. And I think, yeah, like I said before, if you have oily skin, you might want to give this a go because it definitely mattified everything. But for me, my dry skin, I just don't think I can see myself doing this again. I'll zoom in again so you guys can see my brows. They look a little bit crusty. Maybe I used too much product, and so I'll play around and I'll let you guys know if I find a way for this. But they look a little crusty. I don't think I like having these giant brows on myself. I think they just got too wide. I'm not used to my brows going up quite this high. They're very squirrelish. And I think on some people it looks great. I don't know if I'm used to it on myself. So let's go into the next hack. This next hack, you're supposed to be able to spray setting spray into a little dish and then scrape some bronzer or brown powder from like an eyeshadow or something into it and spray it on your face, and it should be like faux freckles. So let's try that out. Let me see if I have a little. Looks good. I'm gonna take some of this powder from my Wet n Wild contouring palette. It's very sad and broken. Scrape some of that powder into this dish and do a little more. Why is that so bud? Okay, we can try that out. I just have a little brush. I'm gonna mix that all up. Now here, I'm gonna do some test sprays on my hand. See if that does anything. Looks kinda, maybe I want a little more bronzer. Can't really see that. Let's do some more. I had to put too much setting spray in here. So we'll just make a bigger batch. Okay, let's try that. Whoa. That might do something. Kind of gave a little kind of speckly pattern. Let's try this on the face. I'm gonna focus it more towards my nose area, maybe a little bit on my forehead. My natural freckles kind of go like this and wrap up around my brows. Felt like that was in my eye. just look like dirt? Let's try some more. I understand the thought process behind this. It's a good way to make sure that your freckles aren't like completely uniform, I guess, because they are really all different sizes and shapes and whatnot. We're gonna go to town and then we'll evaluate afterwards. Okay. That kind of worked. I kind of like that. I mean, obviously it's not even on both sides right now. Let me see if I can kind of pat out some of them with the sponge. I don't know if I would do this all the time because it's kind of a lot of work, but it's kind of hard to have control exactly where they're going. Those kind of look like freckles though. I like that they went up on my eyelid since there isn't as much control. I like freckles. All right, that's more than I would usually do, but here we are. Let's go on to the next hack. I'm gonna go put on some eyeshadow real quick and I'll be right back. Alrighty, for the last hack, I am going to try the bat wing. It's kind of been around for a little bit and I've tried it to a point, but not as dramatic as I've seen on TikTok. And so basically you're just supposed to line your lash line and draw a line following your lower lash line, just kind of extending it, and then you draw a line to the crease, and then you draw from there, you draw it straight down. I don't know if that made any sense, but you'll see what I'm doing. I'm gonna try. I'm just using the Kat Von D tattoo liner right now. Is it focusing on my mirror? Okay. Lined the lash line. Now I'm just gonna follow my lower lash line and kind of extend it. Just do a little wing. Now I'm supposed to draw it to my crease. Yeah, and then straight down. I think that looks good. I'm gonna try to make it a little bit bigger so we can see that better. To the crease, yeah, and then straight down. I mean, yeah, it kind of worked. I'm gonna thicken my lower lash, or my upper lash liner just a bit. It looks great when you look straight on. I think that's the point of it. And I think my eyes aren't quite as hooded as some other people's. I say try this. I do it to a point when I normally do my liner. I don't necessarily do a straight line down, but I kind of go at a steeper angle when I get to my crease. I'm gonna try to make, oh man, I don't usually do wings this big. I'm gonna try to make this one match. It already doesn't, but it's okay. Those are not the same at all, but I think we're gonna leave that there. I think this hack is a win. I normally don't do wings this big on myself, and so there's obviously some user error, but I think the hack itself is good. It makes it so the wing doesn't go all squiggly like it normally does, because a lot of times if I do a bigger wing, it gets lost in my crease and it's harder to get a nice smooth line when your eyes are open. But I like this. I think this one's a win. I think this is the first one that I would actually, obviously I want to practice more, first one that I would actually implement into my everyday liner. I'm gonna pop on some mascara and I'll be right back. You kicked the pillow over. Alrighty, now that my makeup is all said and done, I have thoughts. First hack, the brows. I really wanted it to work. I think I might play around with using less product and not fluffing them up straight like everyone else does, because I just don't think I like that brow style on myself. I don't like them being so cemented, like flat on my face either. It looks great on other people and I don't know why I'm having such a hard time seeing it on myself, but I think I like seeing a little bit more dimension in my brows and just having them all look a little bit I think I just like seeing a little bit more dimension in them, and then I don't like how cakey it looks in the front of my brow right here. As for the powder before foundation, I'm not a fan of it for myself. Maybe if you have more matte skin, you could try it out, but it just kind of sucked all of the life out of my skin. I feel like I didn't even use a moisturizer. And so I definitely won't be trying that one out again. I liked the freckles. I thought the freckles were really fun. I want to try it with different tones of bronzers and whatnot. And then obviously with more practice, I think I could get the placement a little bit better, but I think they look really natural. I don't know how long they wear, but I think they look great. As for the eyeliner, my wings are obviously a little wonky right now. They are not even, but that is not what we're testing. We're testing the hack. And I think it did great. Separately, if you don't look at the wings together like that, that looks okay. You close your eyes and it's a little bat wing, and then you look up and it looks like one fluid continuous line. Same with this one, you look down, there's a little bat wing, and you look up and it's one line. If I can make them look the same, I think this hack is a win. So 2 thumbs up from me. If you guys come across any other TikTok hacks that you guys want me to try out, make sure you leave them in the comments down below or send them to me. I had a lot of fun trying these out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on Monday.